All right, so we're in beautiful Kaka'ako at the store known as Mr. Ink Plus, which is your premier discount cartridge store. And to my left, to your right, is the man, the myth, the legend. You've seen him on TV before, Mr. Ink himself. How are you doing?
Great. How you doing, Crazy?
Very good. All right, so I walked into the store and I look to my left and I'm like, wow, all these shelves from wall to wall of ink. Then I look to my right, you got even bigger boxes of ink. This whole entire store is all about ink. And I'm thinking to myself, how does someone think of a business and a business with just ink, and yet you're doing it and you've been doing this for years? How did you get into the ink business?
Well, prior to opening the store, I worked for a California-based ink manufacturer. They actually sold printer ink. And I was in charge of Asian sales because of the proximity of Hawaii, easier to communicate to Japan, Korea, China, Australia.
Okay.
So basically, I would travel to 2 foreign countries every month. And during my escapades to these countries, selling them all their ink cartridges,
Right.
I noticed there's like printer ink stores all over. And I thought to myself, well, why isn't there anything in Hawaii? You know, I think there's a need in Hawaii for a store like that to save people money on their printer ink cartridges, because I'm sure you know, printer ink is expensive, right?
Expensive. Oh, $40 for this little thing.
Oh yeah, it's
my.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's getting worse and worse.
Wow. Okay, so now you're in the business. Now you have ink for what kind of printers out there?
We have ink for pretty much every printer made, including HP, Lexmark, Canon, Brother, Kodak, even Dell. Now Dell is a proprietary cartridge because a lot of people find out they get a good deal on a Dell computer.
Okay.
At the same time, the sales guy will say, oh, we'll throw in a printer for only $20 more. So they think, wow, that's a great
Good deal. Right.
But what they didn't realize is the ink that Dell sells is only available from Dell. You can't go to a big box store and buy Dell cartridges. They don't sell to them. They keep all the profits to themselves.
And that's how Dell makes the money, by giving away those printers.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Now,
bait and switch.
see, and that's what I've learned about Mr. Ink. Mr. Ink has all this knowledge in his head. He's been doing this since the year 2000, had the store open up for 8 years already. And you have all these secrets that you are wanting to share with the public, because the big major companies out there don't want to tell you the real deal on how the ink is working. And he's going to be giving you a tip of the week so that you can already start saving money at home. And I'll tell you right now, the first thing that I learned from Mr. Ink himself, it's with just buying the printer. Even if you got a printer right now, sometimes just buying the printer will already start saving you money. And we're going to have a tip every single week with Mr. Ink himself. Now, if I was to call the store, how do I find you? Because I hear you're in Kaka'ako.
Right.
You're right behind Old Comp USA.
Right, diagonally in the back of the old CompUSA building on the corner of Keawe and Awahi Street. We're in a small strip mall, a lot of free parking, and a lot of our customers love it because they can just zip in, walk into the store, get what they need, and they're out in just a few minutes.
And it is hard to miss a store. Blue, yellow, and magenta. You'll see those circles right out there on the front sign. We're going to come right back on Crazy Deals TV, and Mr. Ink himself is going to be giving you a tip of the week so that way you start saving money in your pocket. Stick around, Crazy Deals TV. All right, so here's gonna be your tip of the week with Mr. Ink himself. Now he's gonna take us on the evolution of ink. Pay close attention, because with just this knowledge here, you're gonna see on how you can save a lot of money. All right, so how does this work here?
Okay, we're going to talk about ink cartridges, how they progress throughout the years.
Okay.
Now, what I always tell all my customers, printer companies make money on ink. They don't make money on printers. Just to give you an idea, one of the older cartridges that we have that still sells is actually HP number 45. Okay, this printer was made as a workhorse, but because of the workhorse, if you remember in the 1990s, when this printer was available, this ran $300-400.
For the printer itself, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what had happened, these printer companies realized, we can't make money on these things because the printer's too expensive. So let's do a switcheroo and try and make the printers dirt cheap, sell it to the customers really cheap, and make them money on the ink. That's why if you notice, a lot of times you can get a printer free for buying a computer, or they'll go and sell for like $50, right?
Okay, right.
And then the sticker shock is when customers actually buy the cartridge, they look, I'm paying more for the cartridge than what I paid for the printer.
Right, now I remember these being about $40.
Right, HP 45, $40, but what's interesting, had 42 milliliters of ink.
Okay.
Then they progressed into the number 56. This sells for $25.
Right, cheaper.
Yep, 19 milliliters.
That's the why. Got it.
At this point, they realize people are shopping how much milliliters in the cartridge. So what they start doing is shopping in reverse. They will see how much the ink is costing them before they buy the actual printer.
Got
Right?
it. Got
So
it.
that kind of screwed the manufacturers up. Now, what I'm about to show you is done with every manufacturer, not specifically HP. They're all doing
This
it.
is just an example. This is just an example. Okay.
Right. Okay. So we're looking at
We're going behind the
$40,
scenes.
25
Okay.
for 19 mils, right? This came out right after the 56. There's a brand new generation of ink printers.
I have that one.
Okay, this one here. Now, you notice they don't put how many milliliters.
Okay, well, you don't need to because they're the same size.
Right.
The
Well,
cartridge is in the same
they've
size.
got away from that because they don't want you to know how much ink. What they do instead, they'll print it on the box. Example, this cartridge, 750 pages
They went from milliliters
to pages.
to pages.
But you never get this 750 pages. This is based on their test results. And if you see the asterisk there, you can go to their website and get how they came up with it, which you'll never figure out. Okay? To put matters straight, this has, oh, in fact, I didn't show you how it looks inside. You see here?
Okay.
This is how it looks inside the cartridge.
Right, and this is the 19 milliliter one.
Right. This is a non-absorbing foam sponge. Ink filters to here, goes to the heads, and prints the image.
Okay.
Okay, from here, they went into 92. Remember?
Same size on the outside.
Same size. You see what happened?
Whoa.
You know how much ink that is?
How much ink is here?
5 milliliters.
And that's weird because on the outside they don't write 5 milliliters.
No.
So you are buying space.
Right.
You're buying air. When was the last time you paid for air? Well, guess what? With this, you just bought some air.
Right.
Wow.
Now, but the good news is this is $16.
Okay, so it was a little
Okay?
cheaper than that.
So someone got smart after this because they made so much money from this, right? So this is the newest printers out using number 61.
Okay.
Again, no milliliters. But let's look inside.
Look, you bought more air. Even more air. Whoa!
You know how much ink this is?
How much ink is there?
3 milliliters.
3 milliliters of ink.
So what we're looking at, 42 mils, down to 19, down to 5, down to 3. When you're looking at dollar-wise, for $25, right, 19 milliliters of ink, you need 4 of these 92s with 5 mils to equal this. 16 times 4, $64.
Wow.
Okay? To get the same amount of ink from the number 61 versus what you pay for the 90 mils here,
Yes.
you need this $16, you need 6 of these. So now you up your price of ink from $25 to $96.
Wow, for the same amount of ink. All right. If you want to save money now, call them up here. What's the number here?
526-2465.
And he has all this knowledge in his head, and he's going to help you start saving money right now just by showing you how these ink work, and he'll give you great suggestions as to how to save money, right?
Right.
Stick around, Crazy Does TV, Mr. Ink Plus. I'll tell you right now, every week he's going to help you save money at home with ink. Thank you very much, Mr. Ink.
Thanks, Crazy.